What's up, all my Hufflepuffs?
Hey, yo!
Welcome back to the bench. I'm Ben. This is Tyler.
And welcome back after an 8-week long hiatus. 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 I don't know
Hyenas.
how you say that word, but we wanted to sound a little fancy with it. But yeah, it's been a while. Life happens. Things go on. But we're back at the perfect halfway mark. Well, it used to be a halfway mark. Now it's like slightly before halfway mark.
It's a weird percentage now. It's not like you can't say it's the halfway mark anymore. It's like almost the halfway mark.
They have to make everything uneven. You got an extra home game or one less.
It's bad.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, so we're back. We're gonna do a little breakdown of the last 8 weeks. Talk about what's been going on, football wise, of course.
Hit up some trades and whatnot. That's hit the market here of recent.
And then we're gonna get into some power rankings after that. We'll do our own little personal power rankings.
Fun little. It's more of a we'll call it a playoff picture power ranking in a sense for what we'll call it for now because we got about 14 teams.
I guess it's just a PP. Sorry, I'm just figuring out
a lot of P's.
Lots of P's going on.
Quad P?
I thought it was triple P, but it's just double P. But then you said like
that's lower class stuff.
Playoff power something. I don't know. We're getting powers up in here with the words and acronyms per se.
Acronyms.
Acorn.
Megatron. Right. And also
Megatron.
we'll be going over week 8 slate. Gonna give our predictions and spread predictions for that. That'll be fun. And then
that'll be all. All right. So let's get right into it.
Jump in.
The last 8 weeks. It's been a good little bit of football so far.
Okay. Yes, it has. I think the big narrative in the beginning was, what are the offenses doing? There's no offense anywhere. The quarterback play is down. Everything's down. And then you haven't heard that since because offense is up. Defenses are just not making the adjustments for it. Coach fired. Mr. Saleh as well. That was a little shocker there from New York.
Who's been in your practice facility, though.
Yes, he has. He is working with their offense, which is weird, but giving a defensive perspective.
He's going to bring Eddie Lacy in.
The DUI may keep Eddie Lacy down, allegedly.
Yeah.
So, So, the Jets season, that's a disaster so far. They traded for Devontae. Good luck with that. Bills are still good, as we've seen, unfortunately. Let's see. Steelers, surprisingly, playing well. Sorry, had to bring it up.
Those guys in.
Had to bring it up. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they're 5-2.
We're playing Mike Tomlin ball right now, and we're going to definitely see the decline towards the end of the season as they typically do. They start warm. I'm going to call it warm. I'm not going to call it hot because I don't even want to call it that. But
it's all right. The Cowboys suck.
Cowboys suck officially.
49ers looking rough.
It's bad. It's bad out there. Even there's fire Nick Sirianni chants coming from winning football games.
It's getting brutal in Philly out there.
Yeah,
we got a civil war in Philly.
Speaking of the NFC East, our Rookie of the Year prediction, Jaden Daniels is lighting it up out there, 5-2. So that's good to see.
Also, my fantasy team. He is saving it so far. We're not going to talk about how I started, but he's given me a chance.
Understandable. And then from that perspective, we got a barn burner running in the NFC North right now. All the teams above 500, at least 2 games above 500. I mean, it's as of right now, it stands. All NFC North teams are in the playoffs, which is pretty wild to see. So,
it's like the AFC North from last year and into the NFC North.
And boy, were we wrong on our Minnesota Vikings predictions. We'll
we
be the first.
We were wrong and we were right on some things, but that's just how it is.
Yeah,
that's the joy of it.
So
let's get into a little bit of what we were right and what we were wrong about.
Amen. Amen. Let's see how just
So we'll start with some division standings. So in the beginning of the year, the AFC North, it's all kind of still mixed in. Cleveland's definitely not going to be 10-7. That's for sure.
well learned.
And then we had the Jets 11-6, Miami 10-7, Buffalo 9-8. New England's right where they should
Hey.
be.
Hey,
Shout out the Patriots.
God, yeah, that looks good so far. That's yeah.
Are you like trying not to throw up in your mouth? Or
Partially,
something
I partially am not trying to throw up in my mouth. This is
What's going through it over there?
this is the beauty of sports, though. This
Yeah,
is what
some
makes
things
sports
just make you
beautiful.
want to cry. Some things make you want to throw up. Some things make you just want to forget.
Amen. Amen. You know what? Amen.
Amen to the football
Amen.
gods. All right.
Moving to the west, though, at least we look like we're on a decent track. Besides Denver down there, Denver's already 4-3.
Yeah.
So shout out Bo Nix and Sean Payton's team down there in Colorado.
Vegas is looking sharp, but let's just talk about the fact that I said we are going to go undefeated. But then I said realistically 13-4, just so we can all calm down a little bit. But
So far, we're looking good, though. So far,
we are 6-0 right now. We're about to play the Raiders. We all know how that's about to go. I think our next challenge is really the Bills, and then on the joy of Christmas, we get the Steelers.
And you're going back to the same house that Patrick Mahomes just won a Super Bowl into. It's
Yeah.
gonna be. They might raise a banner in there for him. You never know. It's Chiefs.
That's true.
I mean,
they might start pulling like a Michael Jordan, start putting banners in every
yeah,
stadium.
They got the Chiefs, little banner planted under the stadium when it was built. So,
Truth.
I mean,
That's on church.
They might just take it out of the ground and just hang it up in the rafters. Drop it down in a bonner.
Drop it down in a bonner.
Yeah.
Drop it down in a bonner.
Drop it down on the bonner.
Well, here's what we need to do. We need to hire those dudes that it looks like they're on a go-kart with one of those big-ass planes on the back and a parachute.
Mm-hmm.
Fly over a stadium.
Okay.
Drop the opposite team's flag.
Okay.
But don't just drop the flag where it flails. Like connect that thing to a spear.
Gotcha.
Rock it at the end of the spear.
Send it down.
Straight to the ground.
Give clearance though. Let everyone know that they need.
Oh yeah, before the game.
We need to move away from the center.
Yeah. Just establish dominance from the beginning. Yeah. We'll right at the logo. Baker Mayfield style, but way better. But anyways, right through the center, and it is so deep in there they can't take the flag out. But that's all that's exposed is the flag.
Man, that could be a pretty big hole inside of there.
Nah, it's like golf. Just fill it with dirt.
A little sand on top. Just top dress it.
Yeah.
Boom. It's back.
Yeah.
Grass is easy.
Spray
Grass
paint
is
a
easy.
bit.
I don't know why.
And then the team is like, wow, we got the opposite team's flag that was just stabbed right through our midfield. Like, it's gone now, but what just happened,
Did we really go on the moon?
This is a real big change of conversation. But
I thought about the flag planting on the moon for some reason. Whenever you talk about flag planting, so
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to.
I feel like it's hard to get so many people to cover it up, especially when it was like a worldwide thing.
Right.
Like back in, what was it, 70s?
I mean, there's a legit.
60s.
I mean, people saw. I mean, people were out, seeing the rocket, take off into the air and stuff, and out of the atmosphere. I mean, people witnessed that from the test site where they could watch it from like a couple miles away or whatever.
I hear some theories of like they're underwater or something.
I've seen those because where like they said you'd see like some air bubbles come out or something.
But that doesn't make sense because I remember watching that one dude who went live all the time on the spaceship back when I was like in middle school, and he would show like how to brush his teeth and how to do all of this. And especially the brushing the teeth one. I remember he squirted on the toothbrush, and then he got water, in there. You can't have water in water. It's not Goo Lagoon up in this bitch. So
Yeah,
I feel like it is. I mean,
I would agree. I would have to agree with you. That was very off topic, so I'm sorry
it was,
for
but that made me
swapping it.
think of Elon catching a rocket. I mean,
Yeah, like
if
Elon's
he can,
done that
if one
type of
person
stuff.
can like, I get a lot of people help that, but like Elon was the one that was like, "Yo, let's just catch the rocket with big metal pliers," and then that was one person thinking about that. I'm sure we went to the moon with a bunch of brains out there
You think they had
combining forces, you know?
I think they had an engraving of Odell Beckham's face like on the grabber for the rocket, so it was like him, catching the rocket.
Ooh, that's good.
I think Elon's not into
So
sports
Odell
enough.
is an alien, is what you're saying.
I mean, a gifted alien, I would say. Super Bowl
You
champ.
know
Alien Super Bowl
who kind
champion.
of has the same hairstyle? Maybe a different color as Odell? Mm-hmm. That's right. You're thinking it?
Are you talking? Are you talking about?
Yeah, that's
You're talking about Mahomes?
Yeah, that's right. You were
All right.
thinking it, but you didn't want to
All right.
say it.
All right.
Yeah, I'm talking about Mahomes, baby.
Our offense has not looked good this season.
Lock in.
I know. I didn't
Oh,
want. I didn't want to.
all right.
I didn't want to.
I was thinking I was a little deep, but it kind of depends. Like if Mahomes is tired, there's some rasp in there. You know
Like
what I mean?
it's like he's been smoking a pack of cigarettes like every day.
Probably is sometimes.
I mean, look
Like-
at the dad bod. I mean, the dad bod
There's got to be
smoking Jay Cutler's
some
out there.
points where he's like, "I've had enough." He just fucking grabs a cigarette, and,
Sterling, stay inside. Smoking the meanest cigarette.
and it's like the biggest deep breath he's ever had. And he's like, "All right, lock in." Thank you, Montaigne.
He just starts like,
You
you,
know, just throws
Montaigne.
that thing, and then just it locks right back in.
he's in dad
He needs
mode.
2 puffs.
Yeah.
Back
So
to it.
um,
The South, Houston, they're still rolling.
yeah, we're looking good.
Jacksonville's not going 10-7. I mean, that would be miraculous if they did.
Jacksonville's rough. Tennessee's rough. Indianapolis could still be on pace for our predictions. So
Yeah. All right, let's get on to the NFC side. Off to the NFC North, as we kind of already talked about.
yeah, we fucked this one up.
Yeah. Sorry, Vikings fans.
Yeah, I
We're-
mean,
we're sorry about that one.
I'm not really.
We're sorry for ourselves as well. And that's demoralizing to see.
Yeah, I'm not sorry, but at the same time, yeah, no, I'm just not sorry. I'm just not sorry. But at the same time, Chicago, you're 4-2 at this point. You could still go 8-9. Like I really,
Yeah, I
Uh,
can also kind of see it.
and the top still looks to be in shape. Detroit may not lose that many games the way they're playing right now, but
No.
Minnesota has definitely won more games than we thought they would in 7 weeks.
We'll
So,
move on.
moving on. We got the West. Oh boy. Yeah, this is not good so far. I mean, Seattle's in first place right now. Could still go 6-11.
I mean, yeah, they lost 3 in a row, but they just walked the Falcons. But
If like something got exploded or damaged or
Yeah.
all right, I'm done.
All right.
So the Rams.
they could.
I think
They're
it's
out with Koopa
Koopa Nakup.
in the cup.
Koopa,
They don't have Koopa in the cup.
Kapua.
Let's go.
Kapua Nakup.
Kapua in the cup.
I can see the
2
hybrid.
Kapuas.
I see where you're going
All
with that, but we're not.
All right. Anyways,
But 7-10, I think, is still
yeah,
that's
I think
still
that's
in the
pretty
range.
doable. Yeah.
Arizona 8-9.
Also in range, but not gonna happen. We have this team making the playoffs, though. But
we do with the NFC North right now. I don't know.
it's looking a little wonky right now with these Cardinals. I don't know. They're very off and on, but they got back-to-back wins for the first time forever.
Yeah.
Call of Duty's about to come out, so
It's not looking good.
Not looking
It's
good
not
at all.
Good. San Francisco at 12-5 is
that won't be happening.
no.
More like 10-7,
Unless San Francisco literally wins
11-6, maybe.
yeah,
So
at least. So yeah, that's the
Oh.
West. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next division.
the NFC South, Falcons at 9-8, winning the division.
We're still in territory there.
Yeah, this is some good territory.
It's probably like his face is probably like right up in it.
So the AFC South, yeah, the Falcons 9-8. Things are looking on track so far.
Yeah, I like it so far. 9-8. I mean, no complaints out of us so far. I mean, they're what 4-3.
Yeah,
I don't think they have out a bye week yet.
Tampa Bay is also 4-3, but unfortunately, they just lost Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin for the year,
And
but
Mike-
Mike Evans,
Week 11, I think. Week 11 or 12.
yeah, probably week
so.
11, 12. But hamstrings are always a pain in the
Yeah.
ass to deal with.
So I expect them to drop a few there. So 8-9 still kind of accurate for right now, especially if Evans comes back and helps them win 4 games or so.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Carolina.
The only thing we weren't accurate on is these guys need to flip.
Yeah, it's
That's about all I feel like.
yeah. Carolina being 6-11 is pretty rough. New Orleans is 1 game shy of tying what we thought they would get all season.
Started 2-0.
Yeah. Tom, if you're out there, I want to let you know I'm sorry for this, but I'm still holding true to it so far. So
So far,
3-14 is still in radar.
brutal if they went 1.
Realistically, you'll win 6 games or so, I would say. So we'll hope that. The East,
Last but not least, the NFC East.
boy, we could flip Dallas and Washington probably here.
Yeah.
And then Philly maybe just a little too high, maybe. I don't know. But Philly so far they're 4-2, I believe, on the season, right?
Yeah.
So
They could get hot.
If they go on a little run here, 12-5, I think is still manageable. So, but Dallas at 10-7, it's 5-1 in the division. So rough. That's some rough.
They haven't even won a game at home.
No, and that's bad.
That is,
and that's
normally
bad.
you don't lose in Jerry World.
No, you don't lose in Jerry's world. But at this point, you definitely lose in Jerry's world. So, boom.
Yeah, we have Washington at 6-11, but Jane Daniels rookie of the year. We kind of thought about that after, and we're like,
Didn't make any sense.
didn't really cook there, but whatever, Can't be.
Just imagine they're swapped, and it makes sense for rookie of the year.
Yeah,
then.
just pretend they're swapped.
So Dallas then would be coming in at 6-11. That sounds right. That sounds right.
Look away, Dallas.
And you know what? I think we're pretty damn good with New York so far. They're gonna probably win. Maybe what do they got? 2 wins under their belt or 1? I think maybe just
2.
2 probably. So
2.
I could see them winning maybe 2 more. So maybe 4-13
Yeah,
instead.
they're gonna win more than 3. I mean, Malik Neighbors is a dog.
Yeah, it's just Danny Dimes. Maybe it's
And the O-line.
maybe it's time to bring in Drew Lock.
No, don't say that. Let's get into kind of some stat leaders and reactions. Gino is the top leader right now with almost 2,000. Not really surprising when you've got 3 dogs on the outside.
Geno Smith. That's a football player.
Shout out Baker though, getting
The bag.
a bag, but just getting another chance with the Bucks, proving it, getting that bag, coming back this year and still just slinging that thing.
Yeah.
And I think he'll still do well even without some weapons. He'll get that connection going.
I saw something about it whenever he played for the Rams on that. I think it was a Thursday night or Monday night football game or whatever it was.
Thursday.
Yeah, against the Raiders. But
yeah,
they
Thursday against Raiders. I
when he
think.
threw that last second drive and threw that touchdown pass.
Uh-oh. Got a tweak in line here.
Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy.
He's getting a lot of yards right now, and some of it is winning football, and some of it is not so winning football. So Brock Purdy is still slinging it.
Not against the Chiefs, that's for sure.
That is for sure. And he's definitely proved that he's a good quarterback in the league. But when you take his weapons away, he's not going to play as well.
Yeah,
but he's going to put up some
understandable
numbers.
with any quarterback, but
not surprising is Kirk Cousins being in the top 5 for passing yards, even on a new team. Surprising that he's actually played fairly well through 7 games or so.
Let's go off to some running backs here. No surprise, but kind of a surprise. Derrick Henry up here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's always been that guy that just runs the hell out of that ball. But it's just crazy how old he is. But he's just maintained that diet of healthy eating.
Yeah. And it's just another thing with in scheme fits. I mean, he went to this team knowing that they're a run-heavy team, and the Ravens are using them as perfectly as you could right now, honestly.
Yeah.
So definitely that's why he's number 1. Number
Shout
2,
out Jordan Mason at 2.
That's definitely a shocker, but if you did not know that Christian McCaffrey has not played a snap all season, that would shock you.
ball.
You do not know ball. But San Francisco, of course, they're going to have a dominant rusher up there every year. So
He really got lit up that first game whenever
yeah,
he said, "Yeah, I knew McCaffrey wasn't out since Friday, or I knew he wasn't playing since Friday." And then the media
where's the
dug him
investigation
in
at?
for it. Yeah.
Where's the investigation?
And then
Saquon.
he still just came out and just kept dogging.
Oh yeah, yeah. Saquon at 3.
Yes, Saquon
My fantasy pickup, which is
should be traded.
maybe traded for Amon-Ra St. Brown. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think.
If he was smart, he would
Just
be
kidding.
trading it. But
It's probably already going to be gone by the time you see this.
So there's a chance.
There's a chance.
All right, Josh Jacobs at 4. That's actually kind of surprising to me. I mean, I know he had that one game where he had 150, but it just kind of seems like you guys just throw that ball the entire time. It's kind of just a little bit surprising seeing him at 4.
It is weird. Attempts wise, that's the most I've seen given to a Packers running back through half of the season in a while. Even A.J. Dillon didn't get that many snaps. So Josh Jacobs, even though it's been quiet, he's running the ball good.
I know there's 1 touchdown. I know he just got a receiving touchdown, but
2 touchdowns on the season, but God, I mean, everyone's getting touchdowns. Everyone's getting the ball, everyone.
You guys are weird, though. At the 1 yard line, you'll throw it. I mean, you get it, though. There's nothing wrong with that.
Hey,
it catches everyone off guard because you get it. You get the touchdown.
After seeing A.J. Dillon run up the middle 3 times in a row and not get it on the 1 yard line last year, several times, and they know what we're going to do.
Many.
I'm perfectly fine with that. Our red zone offense has looked way better this year. We're scoring touchdowns. We're not kicking field goals, mostly because we couldn't kick any field goals last year. Shout out McManus. Thank you.
Then we got some Chuba. Some Chuba at 5. He's came through with the Panthers. James Conner 6.
That is surprising.
Bijan at 7. He's gonna get going though.
Mm-hmm.
They don't give him a lot of attempts because Tyler Algier's actually been pretty good. But a little surprises here with J.K. Shout out him coming off of same injury.
3 times in a row.
Yeah.
But playing like a dog.
Procedure though, as Aaron did, and they both came back pretty good.
My best fantasy pickup of the year, I would think, waiver wire.
I thought it was the. I forgot his name, so I guess it doesn't make sense to put "the" there. But your kicker,
Nick Chubb or
your kicker.
Oh, Austin Seibert.
Yeah.
Austin Seibert is a dog pickup.
Dog.
If you need a kicker and Austin Seibert's out there, just grab him. He's gonna get you 11 points every week. Now that I said that, gonna have like fucking 2 this week. Wide receivers on?
Yeah, let's get started with that. Jamar Chase, number 1, not surprising.
Holding it down by at least 50 yards, and he's just having a good year. The Bengals did not have a good start to the year, but from being a shitty team to now contending back for a playoff spot, they're back in the hunt.
Got the most amount of touchdowns too, tied with Mike Evans.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chris Godwin at 2.
Guess how many touchdowns he's got?
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
Guess what his over and under was for the season?
3.5.
Guess who told you to bet on it? We probably
Me.
didn't. If we did,
No, in the video we said, how many touchdowns do you think Chris Godwin had last year?
oh, I don't know, probably like 6.
He had 2. And then,
What?
crazy reaction. I said, hey, bet on the
Yeah.
over, 3.5 touchdowns. Wow, he's already at 5.
You could have already made money.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's out for the year, though. So you made your money already, but it really sucks for him. But he said back to work. Back to work right after that. So
Yeah, that's
just a dog.
That's rough.
DK right there. Speaking of injuries, Nico Collins out for the year. Just too many brutal injuries to the wide receivers this year.
Let's, of course, Justin Jefferson, Nico Collins, of course, we just mentioned, but let's talk about a rookie, and not one that you would expect, not Marvin Harrison Jr., not Malik Neighbors.
No.
It's Brian Thomas Jr. with the Jaguars. This guy is an LSU product. And, and he's
straight from the factory.
He's been the number 1 target for some reason. Christian Kirk, no.
Yeah,
Gabe Davis,
talk about it.
No. But yeah, Brian Thomas Jr.
Sure,
Jr.
Speaking of rookies, Brock Bowers. He's everything that you just said.
Brock
He's up there.
Bars.
Brock Bowers.
I mean, he's the primary target and soul of that offense now. I mean, you can talk Jacoby all you want or Trey Tucker. You can say whatever you want, but you ain't gonna call him that. This is Brock Bowers country now, right?
It's just weird seeing these guys up here. Like you'd think it'd be CeeDee Lamb top 5, Tyreek Hill top 5, Amon-Ra St. Brown top 5.
But no, that's Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers.
And I tell you what, Brock Bowers already looks like a middle-aged white guy who's lost half of his hair and ended up gambling for 20 years in Vegas. So he already fits the fine bill of a Vegas resident.
Now let's get into a segment. Not really a segment. It's just power rankings.
Power rankings.
It's our own power rankings.
Let's do it.
None of that stupid NFL.com where they're going off of just what's on paper. When you see like 2 and 4 teams in the top 10 just because they should be good.
Yeah, like when you see like let's see the Jets. Like if you see the Jets ranked like top 10,
they're probably still top 15 at 2 and 5 or something.
Which is
same thing for the Cowboys. They're probably like top 20.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's whatever to get a click.
But we'll start highest number down, of course. Build some suspense.
Yeah.
So
like that.
14, we got this little controversial here with maybe some teams that we left out.
We started at 14, by the way, because that is a playoff format.
7 teams.
7 teams each. So we just kind of did, about 14 teams. Plus, no one really cares about outside the top 15 anyways.
If you had to give 15, honorable mention.
Yeah. If I had to give 15?
If you had to give a 15, who's your honorable mention? I think even with the result of the season so far, I would have to put I think I would put
I think I'd say the Broncos.
Oh. Okay. I like the Broncos.
Yeah, I'm going with the Broncos.
Okay.
It's either them or the Buccaneers, but like literally as of today, if it was as of 2 days ago,
right,
I would have said Buccaneers. But that Broncos defense looks really good. Unfortunately, being in the division. But Bo Nix, he's proven to sling it. I mean, they won with Courtland Sutton having Ooh, Courtney Slutton.
Slutting.
Ooh,
Gordon be slutting around
Courtney
the field
Slutton out
with
here.
0 targets,
Zero.
0 catches,
Zero everything.
0 yards.
But
But I mean,
Javonte can light it up if they want. So, I mean, that's probably my honorable mention.
I think that's fair. I think the Broncos. I think Sean Payton's got a role in there.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be a little scary in the AFC West.
Yeah, 14. We got the Bengals. They're heating up. They're
They're
sneaking up there.
3-4 right now, but they're on a 2-game win streak and they are cruising. And I think they got a big matchup we'll talk about here later with Philly. But
They
you
just
know,
got to get that defense under control. And I mean,
their offense
gonna
is
be-
humming now. I mean, look at Jamar's numbers. I mean,
yeah, I mean, he's literally number one.
they're
and
playing
T.
good.
Higgins has actually been pretty good too. Like, normally he has like a game where he has like a touchdown, 4 receptions, 80 yards. And the next game he'll have like 2 receptions,
Yeah.
11 yards.
Yeah.
But it's like consistent every game. It's been nice
coming in
for
at
fantasy owners.
13. We 13-12 is going to be a little controversial to some people because of the recent matchup in Week 7, but we don't care. So we have 13 coming in as the Seahawks, who just beat number 12. But I mean, the Seahawks are a good team right now. I think it's just Geno needs to be consistent in his play as well as he can every game, and the defense needs to get on track every game. It needs to be consistent every game.
There's plenty of pros and cons to both of these teams, but I just think in the end, Falcons have a better secondary. Falcons have a better secondary. They can run the ball and throw the ball whenever they want to. The Seahawks seem like they can't really figure out what to do on offense yet. Might be because of the offensive coordinator.
Quite possibly. Quite possibly.
Didn't he come from Chicago?
Yeah.
So they just got to, kind of get some things blended in there. And I just don't think they have everything figured out quite yet. They lost 3 in a row, too. So
one of those to being the Giants.
Yeah, lost
So.
my parlay there.
Amen.
So then on, next the Falcons.
Who just
I feel
got
like
off?
I feel like I just explained
right.
kind of my end on the
Falcons. Past the brutal loss in the past weekend, I think this team has been. I mean, besides this game, they've been pretty consistent this season, only losing games by a score. So Kirk's playing good. I think the offense will get back on track, and if the defense, plays like with all the talent that's on that team already, they should be fine the rest of the season. So that's our reasoning for having Falcons above the Seahawks here, even though past outcome of the game recently. But this is how we feel. So
after that, we got the Bears.
The Bears. We thought
I
about
bet
it.
they're already excited seeing them at 11. Like, fuck it, we don't care. We're in a ranking. Let's go.
Actually, if I know Bears fans, well, I bet they're probably upset right now that where they're at.
They're never satisfied.
No, they're not.
You're right.
They're not. They're like 11.
Should be
We're 11.
Cubs fans.
Fucking, you guys are nasty.
Oh wait, you guys are nasty. All right,
moving on.
Straight up a little. All right, next we got the Eagles.
The Giggles.
They've had a rough start, but they're a good team.
If it
a
wasn't
lot of guys, they just got to get some things together.
Do you think if it wasn't for Saquon that Nick Sirianni would be out of Philadelphia right now?
No.
Think they'd still be rocking with him?
I think they love Sirianni. Maybe not Philly itself.
I think Philly just loves
the office above.
The
Sirianni.
The office likes Sirianni. I feel like Philly fans just naturally like to hate.
And I do think a lot of the locker room does like Sirianni. I just think it's Jalen that doesn't like him.
Because Jalen's calm, cool, not showing.
I think that's what he pretends to be, though. Something about Jalen's kind of weird to me.
Maybe,
I feel like on camera he's like, humble.
What if he's like
I'm not
Sirianni?
trying to dog on him, but I'm just saying, no one's really talking about Jalen Hurts at all that much. He hasn't been playing that well. And everyone's blaming Sirianni for his relationship with Hurts. But what if Hurts was one that never liked him? I mean, look back at the Super Bowl when Sirianni was, granted, that was a dumb thing to, kind of do this to us, Super Bowl. But when Jalen had to step in, that could have been the first domino right there. So
I think they're missing Jason Kelsey a lot this year too.
I
As a
don't
leader.
know
I just
that. What's his name?
Cam Jurgens.
Jurgens.
I know
Yes,
he's been good this season, but I just think that was just it helped that offense a little bit more. Like I don't know if Jurgens is pointing shit out like,
Yeah, he would kind of shout some things out.
but I mean I certainly
Kelsey
don't
would,
think
anyways.
that's the full reason why. I don't think the Eagles defense has been good since they've been to the Super Bowl. Like
True.
they struggled last year. They're already kind of struggling this year in some games, even though they
I
just.
mean, hey, they just had 8 sacks and held the Giants to 3, though.
But once again,
Stay tuned.
we are talking about the Giants, but at the same time, cannot let that hinder us. That's 8 sacks. That's an NFL football team, regardless. Coming in number 9, I will take over here. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers, and
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
do I think that Russ is going to continue to play well? Sure, maybe, but I think they're kind of set up right now. Unfortunately, I think Russell Wilson's sitting there, and if he's playing as well as he has, and Justin Fields played as well as he had, I mean, they got a future and they got the now. So
The future in the now.
future and the now. I meant to say the present, but regardless, the Steelers are cracking the top 10. So this will probably
Easy
change
schedule.
in upcoming weeks for the power rankings because I don't see the Steelers staying at 9. I certainly hope not.
The
So.
Bills.
The Bills.
They're a lot better than we thought. They just got Amari Cooper, so they're probably going to move up a little bit. But kind of all I have to say, really. I mean, their defense hasn't been anything crazy, and then their offense feels like it's off and on,
It's very inconsistent. I agree.
inconsistent. There's something about the Bengals or the Bills that kind of throws me off a little bit, but they're at 8 for now because they've played some tough teams.
Yeah,
They've won.
I agree. I agree. And Washington fans, open your eyes. Number 7,
Finally, you can open your eyes.
the Commies are making their appearance on our power ranking board. Man, Jaden Daniels, what a season so far out of the kid.
He's insane
Um,
right now.
let's sit him if you have to. Don't play him if he's not 100%. This is not a Robert Griffin III situation. Let's be smart about this, Washington. For his fantasy sake, play him. But for my sake, speaking on the situation of Robert Griffin III and how that I don't think that's. I think they learned their lesson, but Commanders, you have a chance to continue to move up this poll. I think. You just got to beat some good teams, show that you're worthy. I think they have a playoff spot coming their way, though.
Yeah.
So.
Next are the Texans. CJ Stroud just threw for like 90 yards.
88.
Something like that.
And,
they lost. That's why the Packers are right above them at 5. But yeah, not much really to talk about the Texans right now. We know they're good. But CJ Stroud, there's something weird going on with him right now. He's not really slinging that thing.
Yeah, and Stephon talked all that shit just to come into Lambeau and do nothing.
Nothing. That's kind of the normal thing, though. Like, he does that with Arrowhead, and then he's standing there looking at the confetti and
I love like whenever he went to go back and play the Bills with the Texans, and he was like, it's like talking bad about an ex-girlfriend, like, like we're all, we're cool, and like I appreciate all their time or whatever. And then after this game, he goes, I don't let shit go. It's like, man, you just like
was losing sleep every night.
Yeah, no.
Now he's really losing sleep.
So that's where the Texans stand at 6.
So then we got you guys at 5.
5.
The Packers.
And this is me being generous because I personally think that we're better than the Vikings, but we lost to them. And if Brandon McManus was on the team, we would have beat him. So, yeah. So that's why the Packers are at 5. As a Packers fan, I cannot be upset. We're 5-2.
Yeah.
We have a healthy quarterback. We have a healthy team.
Getting
Def-
interceptions.
Defense
Turning
is
that ball
humming.
over.
Defense is humming. Jeff Halfley has, like, in every second half of every game so far, he's only let up like 3 to 10 points in the
Wow.
second half of every game, except for the Eagles game. That's first game of the season, so
Yeah.
I'll give him that.
Next, the Vikings. They started 5-0. They just lost, though, to the Lions. But they started hot. Sam Darnold's been cooking. He's been slinging.
They beat some pretty impressive teams, like
Yeah.
the Texans, for instance, and they gave the Lions a run for their money.
They did.
It came down to a Jake Bates field goal.
You and I
so
kind of had a feeling, though, that the Lions were going to beat them.
it was time. Thank you,
weekend.
Scott Hansen, for letting us know that too, because Scott Hansen was on there on the red zone, and he was talking about we got undefeated teams today, the Chiefs and the Vikings. He got
There's a little sigh there.
a little side to the Vikings there, and
Yeah.
that made me think, why is he signing to the Vikings? And he's confident on the Chiefs. And guess
Yeah.
what happened?
Right when I heard that sigh,
Confident that
-1 Lions.
easy.
Easy. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you,
Next,
Scott.
Ravens at number 2.
Lions at 3.
They've got like 2 people in the top 10 running. Derrick Henry 1, and I think Lamar Jackson was 11. Sorry, top 11, whatever. They are insane right now. And he just threw for 5 touchdown passes. I mean, he is running the ball and passing the ball, which is what like he's always been critiqued about. Now he's doing it. And it's kind of scary.
And I loved how they always talked about with Lamar, like in a couple previous seasons, is need to get him, weapons and stuff like that. And now he's doing that with the same weapons that they were arguing about not having. I mean, yeah, they got Zay Flowers and they drafted him, but Odell Beckham was supposed to be a big addition for him last year, and he wasn't. So
Rashad Bateman's been having a good
Oh,
year
man.
so far.
he's finally started to break out. I liked Rashad Bateman coming out of the draft. The Packers were actually high on him, but what are you gonna
What
do?
are you gonna do? Next, obviously, number 1, the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, come on, we're 6-0. Got to be number 1.
Just wouldn't be fair. I mean,
We've already taken down the Ravens, the Bengals,
I think
the Falcons,
everybody on this is gonna have a tough time playing the Chiefs.
and the 49ers. Like, we've played some tough teams, taking them down, and our wide receiver 1 is Xavier Worthy. And then either one week it's Juju.
Or McCole Hardman or
Yeah.
Christian
And
Watson
then Kareem
or,
Hunt.
or
Great pickup. Great
Justin
pickup.
Watson.
But
Anyway, so
granted the injuries, we're still dogs.
and with a
and-
little bit of D Hop action coming in, it doesn't look
Yeah.
any better for any other team down that list. And that's the power rankings. That's going through the first couple weeks of the season and where we're at right now at week 7 going into week 8. So let's hop on over to our week 8 predictions, eh?
We are off to our week 8 predictions. The spreads, the money lines. Listen up if you want to make the money via Breeze Kings. Starting with the Lions.
Thank you. I
You're
mean,
about
you
to
took
pass out
you took
there,
so
dude.
fucking long for that, man.
I kind of purposely did that. I wanted to see how long
I
you
could
wanted to
tell.
go.
Jesus. All right.
That was impressive.
Thank you.
Thank you, actually.
You're
For
welcome.
the effort there.
You're absolutely
That was
fucking
great.
Thank you.
Loser.
All right. Detroit
All right.
Lions. They're taking on the
Too much these tonight.
Tennessee.
We got the Titans.
Tennessee goes
the
into
Lions.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Give me the Lions here.
Lions easy.
11 is such a scary number.
It's a weird number.
It is weird. I don't
But
like it.
I think they cover. I mean, even if Will Levis plays, they cover.
I think regardless who plays, we just saw Josh Allen light up this Tennessee team last week. So Detroit minus 11. Take it.
Take it. Maybe 13.5 at this point.
You could do whatever you fucking want to. This is America,
Preach.
baby.
America.
So we got Baltimore going into Cleveland. Cleveland starting Jameis.
the 30 for 30 man will be playing football on a football field, trying to get a W and eating a W while he talks to his teammates, his football players, his dogs, while they try to get a win in Baltimore. Will they? No. The Ravens
No.
will win.
But
They're
you
a
know
dog
what?
right now.
But you know what? I think Baltimore covers that 8. And guess who's we got a little divided matchup on this. Tyler's taking Cleveland plus
I'm
8
taking
here.
Cleveland plus 8. Here's why. The games are always close. Divisional matchup. Baltimore's a little too hot. A little suspiciously hot, rather. And then Cleveland, I really don't think they liked playing with Watson. I mean, I think this O-line's going to have a good game. I think the D-line will have a good game, knowing there's going to be a different quarterback who definitely has a chance of winning. I just kind of think we got to think week 1 here with the Browns. Just don't really know what we're going to get, but better outcome than right now.
I think that's fair, and I mean,
And 8 is a big number.
and
I
it's
mean,
an AFC North, like it's a divisional game. I mean,
yeah.
it's not going to be easy on either side. So.
And Cleveland's home. So I'm taking the dogs at plus 8. You can't take an underdog at plus 8 when Jameis Winston is ready to eat a W. I mean, it all just kind of matches up.
So we'll see how that one turns out. I got the good old Ravens minus 8 on that one. So
Next, we got your Packers going to Jacksonville.
my Packers rolling into Jacksonville, Florida. Now, in the past, if this was an Aaron Rodgers led team,
Yes.
I would say we've lost. It's Florida. Aaron Rodgers cannot play in Florida. There's something prohibited there.
You kind of sound like that. What's her name from The Office? Who's in charge of Saber?
Oh, Sabre.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Real
know.
ones
I
know
know
the
who you're talking about.
confusion there.
Yeah.
What
So
was her? Anyways,
I
you sounded like her.
Packers minus 4. I think four's kind of weird to see on here. I'm wondering why they expect it to be a close game, but I think the Packers, if we're as legit as we've been playing this year on defense and on offense, we should not have a problem against this Jacksonville team, who got ran over by the
Me
Chicago
personally,
Bears.
I've been terrible betting with the Packers this year, so I'm going to stay away. Plus, 4 is a gross number. Maybe if it was like, it's too close.
Like 6.5 or
it's
7,
too close.
maybe.
Yeah, I don't know why it's that close, and there's just something I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Too many I don't knows.
I don't know, but I tell you
Anyways.
what, the New York Jets go ahead and roll. They roll into New England with Drake May looking like the predecessor. But at the same time, his O-line is a bag of rocks and a bucket of sand. So, regardless of that,
sand holds. Sand bags,
yeah,
they stop bullets.
Yeah, bucket of sand. I mean,
well,
I'm calling it like maybe like not even a half-gallon bucket of sand. Like that get knocked over by a kid.
Okay, I'm with you.
Maybe like some pebbles or something. Not like rocks.
Yeah.
Not like good rocks. Like good. I'm talking like fucking rocks.
Like the rocks you put in a fish tank.
Yeah, like those. That's perfect. Yeah, that
like a
works.
fish could eat it and be like, all right.
Yeah, if a fish can eat it, then
wait, do the fish eat rocks? You think they get confused and be like, that's
like
a big treat down there. I should, you know what I mean?
Imagine you have to like flush your fish because it ate one of your rocks.
I should get a fish and test this theory. Get like some small rocks. And then, well, are fish dumb? I can't really. I've never.
I think fish are naturally. I mean,
maybe they don't even make small rocks because of this. Maybe it's like big rocks.
Like look at dolphins or whales. They're like one of the smartest. Like dolphins are ridiculous.
That's true.
Dolphins aren't even. Are they considered even a? Are they? No.
They're
What
the aliens.
what is a dolphin? Is
You
it a
remember that one
fish?
SpongeBob movie
I feel stupid.
where like he was like talking to some dolphin?
yeah.
He was like an alien. He was a controller to the universe or
Yes.
something like that.
Yeah.
All right.
That says enough, right?
Yeah.
Anyways,
Jets win this game, but
I I I think it's time that the Patriots, instead of losing by 20, they lose by maybe a touchdown.
Hmm.
Field goal?
Oh.
4 or 5 points maybe.
Sounds like a hope.
Oh, it's more than a fucking hope. Like, I'm praying. So yeah, I'm gonna take New England +7 here. I wish it was 7.5. I wish it was 8.5,
I'm gonna take the Jets -7. I don't even want to talk about it. All right.
All right, we got Philly going
Philly at the Bengals.
into Ohio, and I've seen things that
Oh,
happen in
Ohio.
Ohio, man. Some crazy shit happens in Ohio.
We get it. You've been to Ohio.
Yeah, you wouldn't understand.
You wouldn't understand.
Regardless, Bengals -2 is the play here.
Yeah.
Coming off of a big beatdown of the Giants last week, I expect the Eagles team to come out and kind of fall flat on defense, and this offense is humming.
I think the
fucking Bengals
Bengals
country.
win in Cincinnati -2, but I think I will also be staying away from this game just because if let's say we're on Philly, we could be very high on Philly right now. If we thought Philly would win, we'd be telling ourselves all the reasons why Philly would win. Like, oh yeah, Philly +2, they're gonna win this game. If we were to think about it that way, or think about the Bengals. Sounds like a trap game. -2 is just scratch. It's basically what I'm getting to. Next, the lock of the week, ladies and gentlemen. If you have an extra $100 laying around,
200.
if you have money for rent and you're like, fuck it. If you have
Fuck it.
if you have savings, take it all out.
Food stamps.
Get rid what? No.
Sell it.
Sell your personal items if you don't even have anything. Find something.
Everyone's got a TV that they don't use. Sell it.
Facts.
Facebook Marketplace right
Facts.
now. Like, just do $25.
Sell a fingernail on eBay and say it was
Taylor Swift's. You gotta paint it though. You gotta make it like actually look.
Say
girly.
Billie Eilish. I feel like that can match for
Yeah.
male or female.
Do a K-pop star.
Does she paint her nails? I don't think she paints her nails. I don't know. Anyways,
I don't know.
you get the point. Falcons -2.5.
Lock of the century.
-2.5. Can
Can you?
name the wide receiver 1 for the Buccaneers right now?
I can. Do you want me to?
I mean, I can, but that was kind of a.
It was
rhetorical.
yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Sterling Shepard.
No. It was always Jalen McMillan.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, that's.
Oh, I messed up my mic.
They're both going to be on the field.
Anyways,
good
Falcons
luck.
just got walked by the Seahawks. They're still a good team. They can run that ball, throw that ball. They got a better defense than the Buccaneers. And unfortunately, the Buccaneers just lost some weapons and then
Atlanta just got beat down.
So
that gives them a reason to come back out of the gate. And
the Bucs are going to struggle to run that ball against that line. So I think the Falcons being -2.5 is crazy. And as of today, it is Wednesday. I guarantee on Sunday it'll be 4.5, 5.5. But just hammer the Falcons while you can now because they will win. That is the lock of the week.
A field goal is good right now. Take
Literally
that -2.5.
Yeah.
Indianapolis rolling into the Stroud House.
What?
Give me the Texans, and I'm taking a -5 in the Stroud House. I get that they only won by 2, but that was in the Loud House. So, regardless, I'm taking Houston -5.
I will be taking the Colts +5. Honestly, it was more of a hunch than anything else. But like I said, Stroud had 90 yards. I mean, they're kind of struggling a little bit. It seems like there's some things that they got to get figured out. Divisional game, I feel like the Colts could definitely go in there and win it. I
You know
mean,
why he had 88 yards?
glad,
Because that Packers defense is elite.
especially if Jonathan Taylor plays, he's still kind of questionable.
Yeah.
Then it's gonna be close. But +5, I mean,
They
I think
confirmed.
the Texans win, but I'm gonna take that Colts +5. They could lose like 24-20. That sounds like a good old AFC South game, or
Yeah.
like 23-19 or what?
I'm thinking,
27-23 kind of nastiness.
and I could even
So,
see if the Colts confirmed that Jonathan Taylor will be playing. I could see the spread dropping down to maybe 4.5, to
yeah.
4.5,
If
all the way down to
if
3.
you like the Colts, I would take it now because there's a chance Taylor plays and it goes down, or it goes down. And if he doesn't play, I don't see it moving up. It'll probably stay.
So technically, regardless, you should not bet thinking that Jonathan Taylor is going to play or not. I would bet that you just think that the Colts are going to cover, because
Yeah.
if you're making bets this early, you're also hoping that your injuries go the right way whenever it comes game day. So
Next, we got the Cardinals at the Dolphins.
the Tua return, and I think we're both on the same
He's
page
back.
here. The Dolphins offense will get it together because they finally have a quarterback that isn't Tim Boyle.
Tyreek said to start him.
Tyreek stardom.
Watch Jalen Waddle be the one that gets it all done, though.
I thought about sending a trade out for Jalen Waddle. I thought about it, but
I've already done it.
smart man. But I didn't. I just thought I already got Achane, and yeah, I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Didn't want to double up. Last time I doubled up. Never mind. I've
I
already got a couple Packers.
I've got London
players,
and
so.
Bijan. That's a pretty good double up.
I've got the Packers defense. I've got Romeo Dobbs and Tucker Kraft and Jordan Love. So I've
You got Tucker Kraft?
yeah.
Nasty.
No, hey man, the dude's put up over 11 points the past 4 games.
Okay. Hey, consistency is all you need.
It may not have been 4. It might have been 3 out of the 4 games. Either way, he's been putting up points. So
Yeah. All right. The Bills at the Seahawks.
I think we got a split decision on this one as well.
Full on split decision here.
Tyler's taking the Seahawks straight out money line. I'm taking the Bills straight out money line, and the spreads speak for themselves. Tyler's +3 on the Seahawks. I am -3 on the Bills. And I tell you what, after a slow start in the first quarter for the Bills, I just think that Amari Cooper got humming, the offense got humming, and they're humming. That's the word of the day, is humming.
Humming. And humming.
So that's my take on the Bills. I think they're going to keep it rolling and get a couple wins
It's
back
kind of
to
like
back.
the movie Don't Mess with the Zohan.
Oh yeah.
And then that dude in there likes hummus all the time.
Oh yeah. Scrappy Coco.
Is there a link here?
Quite possibly. That's it's actually one of the probably least appreciated Adam Sandler movies. I feel like
I agree.
nobody ever talks about You Don't Mess with the Zohan.
Does he have an NFL team
Who?
that he cheers for? Adam Sandler.
He's New York based. I think he's a Jets fan.
He is a Jets fan. He is. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which we
Anyways,
weren't.
back to the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks win here, even if DK's out. I think it's even, higher odds.
JSN time.
JSN time. But like you said, the Bills struggled in the first half. They've been showing some inconsistency. Not saying the Seahawks haven't either, but Seahawks are at home. I think they kind of put it together a little bit here, and I think they win. But I'm also going to take them to cover +3. But
That's fair. I mean, Seahawks put 4 quarters of ball in last week, and I mean, technically the Bills only did probably 2.5, maybe.
I mean, if you look when they started 3-0, they look good. They just got to get back to that.
Yeah.
If you think of the Seahawks in the first 3 weeks,
Got to stay consistent. That's all they got to do.
This would be tough.
True that. And we are on to New Orleans, traveling all the way to LA to take on the Chargers.
Chargers.
And this is Rattler's third start. So, yeah, give me the Chargers.
Yeah, give me the Chargers, -7.
-7 is also criminally high, but I think after a loss, Jim's gonna get them on the bus and say, "Fellas, the
Fellas, my heart is beating for this team, for you guys.
250 beats a fucking second, a second, not even minutes."
And that's because my love for football. My heart is letting me know
my
that we gotta go
passion run deep for fucking
deep in the
foosball.
veins
All
for
right,
football. Anyways, moving on. The Chiefs at the Raiders. Give me the Chiefs by like 30. Take them minus 27.5.
if the Raiders were competent, no, there's nothing I could say here. Chiefs -10. Yeah, there's absolutely.
I'm surprised
Raiders,
it's 10. It feels like it should be like 13.5 or something like that.
I feel like it was almost like 16 last year or something.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, you don't do a Kermit impression and make fun of Mahomes like that and just expect him to not remember it. So
and especially with him saying like, "Yeah, I'll take care of it," whatever.
yeah, that's
Bro wasn't even worried about it until they played him that week, which is pretty
But
light.
you know he circled the calendar that night.
Oh yeah,
Humble man. But yeah, sorry Raiders fans, but you're in for one. Also, if you take the Chiefs to score 31 points, it's plus 190. Take it as you want it. I feel like every time we play the Raiders, it's high scoring. We haven't scored 30 points this year yet. We just got D-Hop. That just activates, some more room for Xavier. Travis Kelce perhaps still hasn't gotten a touchdown, so sounds like some money to be made this weekend.
especially on National Tight Ends Day over the weekend. So
Yeah.
think about your tight ends, but
It's
don't think
due.
about them too hard
Trey
because
McBride, Travis Kelce, anytime touchdowns.
Tucker Kraft will get in the end zone as well inside Jacksonville.
Hmm.
Carolina traveling to Denver. Carolina's got a Dookie quarterback starting again called Bryce Young.
They got Dookie Young.
Duke Young,
Maybe if his name was Duke.
Lil Dookie Young,
Little Dookie Young or Little Duke?
young Lil Duke,
Young Duke.
young Dukenstein. All right,
Dukenstein.
man, the
Give me the
Broncos.
Broncos minus 10.
The Broncos just.
This is ridiculous.
I mean, if you had Broncos -23 against the Saints, what are you doing? Like, what did you do?
What
But
did you
besides
know?
that,
You're a wizard, Harry.
yeah, we just saw Denver do this to the Saints, and I wouldn't expect it against a worse Carolina team. So
Right.
Denver -10 is always a play. Chicago going to Washington. I know. I got to turn that down. So Chicago's taking on Washington. Washington looks to be without Jaden Daniels. Looks like they're going
This
to
is
be.
still kind of in the air right now.
It's in the air. Like I said, sit him for his sake. Start him for his fantasy team. But Washington, I think I'm going. This is full basis that Marcus Mariota is starting.
Marcus Mariota here.
Unfortunately, as much as I hate to say it, I will take the Bears -2.5.
I will take the Bears and then -2.5 as well. Sunday Night Football. We got the Cowboys at the 49ers. It's a mid-off.
Is this a game? Is this one game that we can say we've been waiting all day for Sunday night? And personally, I don't even think so either.
What game do you think should be Sunday night? I would say Bills at Seahawks should be Sunday night.
I like Philly and Cincy, low key.
Yeah, that one's good too.
But no, yeah, I think you're right too. Buffalo and Seattle. That could. Be
I mean, what are we doing out here?
But yeah, we got Dallas and San Francisco. I mean, I guess they were thinking they're supposed to be like last year's teams, but that was a foolish mistake. Yeah. So give me the Niners, even though they're banged up. The Cowboys suck.
Yeah.
Both teams suck, but one sucks more, and that's Jerry's World's team.
Yeah,
So.
give me the 49ers and then -4. That's also a nasty spread. I don't even know if we'll really be betting on this one, but
Nope.
if I were, I guess that's what I would do.
I guess that's what.
And now Monday Night Football.
Another game that nobody's waiting for.
Why do the Steelers get 3 primetime home games in a row? What are we doing here?
Kind of disgusting. But we're both on the Steelers.
Yeah.
But I am taking the Steelers to cover a full touchdown. And Tyler is covering them 6.5.
No reason. Straight guts up in this
Just
house.
straight gigantic guts.
Gigantic guts.
New York gigantic
Alright.
guts.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's Monday Night Football. I mean, it's always close.
Yep.
I don't know. Giants plus 6.5, whatever.
All right. Well, that should wrap up our Week 8 spread and money line talk about. So we appreciate everyone tuning in, watching the episode. Please comment, like, subscribe, all the good stuff that helps us
Follow
out.
on, the good old TikTok.
TikTok.
The talk.
We're on Instagram. We are also on
X.
X. We're on X.
EX Sports.
Yeah.
In the news.
EX.
Yeah, that's
I'm
right.
literally about to repeat that, and then okay. So go ahead and follow us on all those. And thank you.
Thanks, guys, for watching. Peace.